everyone, it's Lo, and I have had the idea for a while to make little sketchbook videos, kind of going through each of my different sketchbooks, and I was thinking about making like a little series of it, because up to this point I'm probably about at 50 of them, which isn't really a lot to me. I kind of wish I had like maybe, 100 or 200 or something. That would have been pretty cool, but whatever. Yeah, so I have these drawers full of sketchbooks, and I get really excited to share them. A lot of them are very embarrassing, considering, like, they're really old and have really old obsessions in them and stuff, like, it's a little bit silly, but I figured I could go through and maybe do like 2 a video, not make the videos too long, because I know that listening to somebody talk for long periods of time can be kind of unbearable. But I'll try to make them interesting and just kind of talk about art and, the journey, and maybe tell you about, like, what I've done. And I mean, not that like anybody's very, very interested, but, we'll do our best. So I want to apologize for a few things, first of all. I have a few sinus issues, so if I have like weird heavy breathing or like a sniffly voice, I apologize in advance. Also, I'd like to apologize for all of my ums, and if my commentary isn't that good, I'm going to try my best. I've filmed sketchbooks before and then just deleted the videos because I didn't like my commentary, but hopefully I'll, So this is the first sketchbook that I have. Kind of. I know I have one that I was working on while I was doing this, but it's more of like a notebook that I did in classes. This was in the 6th grade, I think. So when I was in the 6th grade, a lot of what I did was little stick figure work. I was a really big fan of making little cartoons and designing t-shirts and stuff. I thought that putting like little like dragons and bulldogs on t-shirts would be really cute. Yeah. Especially the stick figures. The stick figures were my biggest thing. I loved drawing little stick figure cartoons and little stick figure comics. I wish I had the motivation to draw comics as much as I did whenever I was in elementary school. I was also obsessed with rock music at the time, so I drew a lot of rock star things. The weirdos. The character that I drew the most, you'll see was, let's see if I can find him. Yeah, this little guy here, his name was Samuel, and he was a average citizen who would turn into a superhero called Superheart, and he had a couple of friends he was in love with, and, they were all really cute, and, they were like little comics I would make of them all hanging out, having fun. Like, ooh, he sees a girl hanging out with a guy, he's like, I want to hang out with my girl like that. There's an old drawing I drew of myself. This is really funny because I said that my #1 goal at the time was to get a friend who I can play with always, and I guess I was hoping for some kind of little mouse or something, but a little while after that we got our dog, and that's pretty nice. Writing little childish songs about my little story, I guess. A lot of it's just innocent fun. It's really cute to look back at your old art and kind of admire, like, your mentality at the time and what you really enjoyed drawing. It's a lot of people consider it embarrassing, and I guess it is embarrassing to some degree, but I don't think it's anything to like look down upon. I think looking at old art is a very, very exciting and wonderful thing, because not only can you see the improvements that you've made, but you can kind of giggle and smile at your innocence, or the things you used to draw and have fun with. Like, these are such cute little faces, look at that. That's nothing to be ashamed about or hate or anything like that. I was so proud of it too. I was so proud of this idea, and I thought that maybe someday I would make it into a big cartoon and everyone would love it. Group pictures. I love doing group pictures. I still wish I could do this. I practice with group pictures sometimes with newer characters, but it's very, very hard in comparison to whenever I drew it then. I don't know how I could do it. I wasn't afraid to draw anything back then, Look at this guy Joe just munching on a fish. Wonderful. This is the art to be proud of. Yeah, he had a best friend named Crazy Hair because she had this hair that would like hang off the side of her face. And the villain was a weird puppety looking guy, which is really funny because if you follow my art now, you know everything I do is like puppety looking. But yeah, it's this guy. His name was Crackleheart. And, you know, it was a kind of a reference to the fact that Samuel would turn into a superhero called Superheart, and he was Crackleheart, and that was my way of saying that he's Heartbreak. But he wasn't really even Heartbreak, he was just evil and did things for the sake of being evil, I guess. This was me taking my dog's paw and lightly, like holding the pencil against it and pretending that she was writing a letter to Santa. I didn't do it too rough or anything, so she was okay, but... Look at this little guy right here. Look at his chin. I hope the quality of these videos is okay. I think I filmed one recently on this new phone, and it seemed like it came out alright. Oh my goodness, I loved monkeys when I was a kid. I loved them. I used to have in this room a big old monkey rug and monkey pillows and blankets and monkey everything. I miss when I had a little hula monkey lamp up there. That was certainly the best thing ever. Drawing some friends did of my OCs and a Fat Stewie, because, you know, when you're a kid, Family Guy is funny. I don't think there's much else here in this one. Another drawing by a friend, another drawing by a friend. So I didn't really do these last ones here. God, I haven't seen these people in years. Funny how that works out. Ooh, there's Superheart's evil form. You always gotta draw the evil forms. Yeah, I think that's about it for this one. This is already reaching 7 minutes. I hope that's not pushing it. But we'll go ahead and move on to number 2. I have them all labeled. The future ones had to be labeled like this because some of the textures of them aren't as good to write with on Sharpie. Or good to write on with Sharpie. So here's... Oh, look at that old cardinal drawing. Except this wasn't a cardinal. This was the... I'm silly. This was a falcon, I think. And the cardinal drawing that's supposed to be in here was a one of my first, like, real serious drawings I did with colored pencil in, like, the 7th grade whenever I was in art class. I think I know where it is, but I'm not really sure. So this was moving on to probably the 7th grade, maybe the summer of 6th grade, I'm not really sure. But I was starting to get into anime, as you can see, so I made myself into a super cute anime girl and started writing, like, things that I love, like Aeropostale and... What is that? Ramen. And rice cakes, which I had never actually had. I love life. It's all good. That's a mood, ain't it? God, that's a modern mood. I had a lot of Fairly Odd Parents fan art that I did too, which is really silly. And there's me chilling with my manga drawing and my Pocky and my doggy. I don't know why anybody would ever give her Pocky, considering it's chocolate, and chocolate's not good for dogs. I know I never actually did give it to her, but... Oh no! That's not good. Ooh, that's risque. You know, in anime, ladies always have the big boobies. Oh yeah, this is like... This is really embarrassing. It's a comic where Cosmo's nickel that he always carried around, Philip, turns into like a hot girl, I guess. That's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, there's Philip the nickel. And Cosmo. Starting to draw all those cute animes. Oh, there's my Invader Zim OC. I didn't even really watch Invader Zim at the time. I just thought the designs were cool, and literally they're just essentially recolors. It's always funny whenever you're young and you make OCs and they always end up just being recolors. More practice with anime drawing. Flapjack. Remember when Flapjack was around? Those were good times. I miss that. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, Total Drama Island. I had a Total Drama Island OC. Is that? He's drowning. He looks like a shark because of his hair. Yeah, Total Drama Island, my character was like an edgy rock star girl who also looked like me, who wasn't edgy at all. Was just a dorky dweeb. Oh yeah, it's like, you know, future version of the comic where my stick figure character Samuel is got grown hair now, and the girl that he's friends with gets hotter, I guess, and edgier. My favorite character to draw from that little comic I used to draw was a character that I called Mini King Kong, and he was just like a tiny little ball who was originally like King Kong, but shrunken down by a shrink ray, and for some reason, instead of looking like a monkey, he just looks like a little stick figure ball. And I remember I'd always talk about how he was exactly 3 centimeters tall or something, or a few centimeters tall, I can't remember. I would also have these little dialogue conversation with my characters to try and like make myself feel better, where I would imagine that they're talking back to me. It's really weird, but you know, childish stuff. Oh no, the best friends kiss! Why would the best friends kiss? That's dramatic! Look at that Knuckles drawing. Ooh. Oh, Flame the hyena, who looks nothing like a hyena, based off that little, Sonic OC maker we all used to play on DeviantArt. You know the one. Oh, and I loved Anti-Cosmo. I had the biggest crush on Anti-Cosmo for some reason. Yeah. Sorry if I flipped through this too fast, but I don't want to make it too long, and it's already at 12 minutes, oof. Yeah, this is kind of where it all started out. I mean, I was drawing before this too. These are just the first records of drawing, I guess you could say, when I started having sketchbooks, and I'm really glad I have these. It's always good to keep sketchbooks, because you can always look back and kind of see where you were doing, what you were doing that time in your life, and I'm probably going to say that a lot, by the way. But, yeah. I hope you like this first one, with a look into 1 and 2. We got about, sorry, I feel like sneezing. We got about 50 of these to go through, so I hope you're not too bored. Eventually the art will get better. But yeah, thank you for watching if you did, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.